Hello, everyone. Today's blockchain concept is a public key, right? It's a very important concept. We're going to take a look at what it means first, but as always, I've got some of the keywords to our definition blocked here. Go ahead and pause the video and let me know what you think these missing words are down in the comments below there. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and then unpause it when you are ready to move forward. Okay, so a public key is a cryptographic code that acts like a digital address. It allows others to send you encrypted information or verify your digital signatures. Okay, if some of this looks a little bit hazy to you right now, don't worry. I'm going to explain it a little bit more thoroughly there. We're going to take a look at the public key here. Here we go. So, as I always do, I try to give a simple or a little bit more information about the concept, so hopefully we can have a better understanding if it's new to us. So your blockchain, your public key is your blockchain ID card, kind of, right? It proves you're the one making a transaction without revealing your personal information. So you can think of it like maybe like a locked mailbox. Anyone can drop a letter inside, or for example, encrypt a message, but only you uh, have that key to open up that mailbox. So the public key is like your ID, or in many cases, your address, right? All right, let's take a look at the role of the public key in a blockchain. So a public key in a blockchain, we're going to take three major roles here. We're going to take a look at. So the first one we're going to look at is public keys help to maintain trust and security, right? Public keys are essential for maintaining trust and security without using a central authority. When you send a transaction, it is digitally signed with your private key. Okay. Other nodes use your public key to verify that the transaction is authentic and hasn't been altered. The public key also helps us to generate wallets, right? Wallet addresses, not wallets, but wallet addresses, which is essentially a shorter and more user-friendly version of the public key. This process ensures that every action on the blockchain can be verified but not forged, making the system secure and transparent. Okay, so let's go back over this one more time. So I just wanted to highlight three major roles or essential roles of a public key in blockchain, right? Your public key is your ID or your address. Um, it helps to maintain trust and security by verifying your digital signature, which essentially is your private key. And we're going to look at private key in the next video. So be sure to check that out. Subscribe and check that out. And then it is a huge part of helping to generate your wallet address because it is a shorter version or a more user-friendly version of your public key. Becomes your wallet address there. Got it? Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at how we can use this concept in English a little bit. I'm just going to give a few example sentences here, not going to go too far into it because this is just a straightforward concept. But these are some ways you may see it used if you are a non-native speaker, or you might be able to use it in similar ways, right? So each wallet is generated from a unique public-private key pair. As I mentioned in the previous slide, I said that a public key helps. It doesn't helps to generate your address for your wallet. But you will need, in totality, you will need the public and private key pair. A public key is shared so others can verify digital signatures. Yes, nodes need a way to verify that the digital signature is the correct one, and they use your public key to do such. Transactions are authenticated using public key cryptography, right? So they want to be sure that these are real. These transactions have been authorized. A public key is derived from the private key using elliptic curve cryptography, or ECC. This is a little bit technical here. Yeah, so I go a little bit into detail on this one on the other concepts when we talk about private keys and wallets and such. So really, when you'll be able to see all these videos, and as you go through your learning journey, and you'll be able to understand a lot of these concepts I'm saying a little bit more. This is just one. This is just one piece of the puzzle, the public key, because you'll need the public key and the private key to work together. Okay. So you don't need to know what this is per se. You can research it and find out what it is if you're inquisitive, and it will be beneficial for you, especially if you're a developer. But yeah, this is the type of cryptography used to create public keys. And finally, there public key infrastructure, or PKI, manages digital certificates and key distribution for secure communication. All right, we're ready for our quiz here, our fill in the gap quiz. You know the routine by now. What we need to do is we need to take a look at our three choices here: digital signature, digital address, and public key. We want to think about what we've learned in this video, and we want to use one of these to complete the sentence. So go ahead and pause the video, give yourself time to think or look back over your notes, things like that. When you're ready, put your comments down below and then unpause the video to check your answer. Here we go. A public key is a cryptographic code that acts like a digital address. That one's a little bit tricky. The digital signature is the private key, not the public key, okay? Nodes use your to verify that the transaction is authentic and hasn't been altered. What do they use? Nodes use your public key to verify that the transaction is authentic and hasn't been altered. Okay? And then nodes use your public key to verify your digital signature. There we go. Good. All right. Good job, everyone. I hope you got all these correct. Okay. Once again, thank you for watching. I know we're going through this. Sometimes it can seem like a very challenging task, and it is. It is, especially when we start getting to more technical terms like ECC, and then if you're just looking at a public key and you haven't heard of private keys and wallets and things like that before, it can be really challenging. But as I always say, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Hang in there. And by the end of this series, you'll be more fluent in Web3 and blockchain, and you have a greater understanding about these concepts and terms.